And welcome back. Sundog Cat Moon is a full-service veterinary clinic on Johns Island offering a variety of services to keep your pet healthy and happy. And today we're going to share one story of healing, and it's a voice you may be familiar with.
It was more than 2 years ago that Sabrina was diagnosed with kidney failure. Traditional medicine told us there was not much hope for her, and so we brought her to Dr. Ruth Roberts of Sundog Cat Moon Veterinary Clinic. There, Sabrina had a stem cell replacement procedure using stem cells from her own tummy fat, processed and re-injected. And together with a healthy crock-pot diet, this kitty is doing fantastic. Recently, she broke her leg where it meets the hip. We were devastated and immediately brought her back to Dr. Ruth Roberts. There, using some of her cryobanked stem cells, Dr. Roberts injected the break site. The next day, Sabrina was already doing steps, and now, just a couple of weeks later, she's running stairs and has full mobility. Thank you, Dr. Ruth Roberts and the staff at Sundog Cat Moon Veterinary Clinic.
Oh, and she's purring, so that's always a good thing. That was our pop news analyst, Penelope Jean, and now Dr. Ruth Roberts joins us to tell us more about stem cell therapy for pets at Sundog Cat Moon. Dr. Roberts, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Tessa.
And Sabrina, you said is pushing about 17?
About 16. She
16.
is definitely up there.
And so with stem cell, I've always heard of stem cell research, for humans and getting that passed and that happening, but for pets.
The amazing thing is for pets, we started using their own tissue. So stem cell therapy involves harvesting some fat from that particular patient and then processing the fat in the office to produce the stem cells, as well as platelet-rich plasma, which are then combined together to achieve the best effect.
Now, you say that Sabrina was phenomenal.
She is amazing.
Yeah.
So she'd been diagnosed with kidney failure late in 2012. And we were able to enroll her in our first kidney stem cell therapy study right in January of 13. Her values have maintained the same level throughout the last year and a half, which is stunning.
Wow.
And her quality of life is just astronomically improved.
Now, what does stem cell therapy treat?
A myriad of conditions, and so the FDA has licensed it for osteoarthritis, things of that nature. So hip dysplasia is one of the more commonly used things. It has a compassionate use program for renal failure.
And what does that mean, a compassionate use?
So compassionate use means there are no other options available for treatment.
Okay.
And so that's one of the premises behind using it for renal failure when there are no other options available, as well as inflammatory bowel disease and then allergic skin disease.
Wow, and so you do see a recovery in these pets when this is done. So there's proven, this is a proven treatment.
It is, and it's the thing is that if we had a treatment that worked 100% of the time, every time, that's fantastic. The efficacy rates are somewhere between, depending on the condition, somewhere between 65 and 85%, which is still phenomenal for the lack of side effects from this therapy.
Wow. Now let's talk about the cost, because I'm sure someone out there is watching and is like, oh wow, this might be an option for a pet that they may have at home. What are they looking at in terms of dollars and cents?
For a simple treatment of osteoarthritis where there's no cryobanking of cells, the treatment starts somewhere around $2,000. If we're going to cryobank cells, which we strongly recommend, because for Sabrina, we were able to pull out some of those banked cells and treat her hips, which was amazing. But that cost is somewhere closer to $4,000.
Wow, okay, so that's just one out-of-pocket expense, or do you have arrangements that you can make? Because most people, their pets really are family members.
Yes.
And they want to be able to save them or, elongate their life as much as possible. And if this is an option for them.
Yes.
Certainly.
And the interesting thing is that there are some pet insurance companies that will cover stem cell therapy, yes.
Okay.
And then certainly there's a myriad of other financing options available. Unfortunately, it's not an inexpensive procedure because of the technology involved.
Now, are there any pets that might be ruled out as a candidate for stem cell?
Yes, one of the major contraindications would be cancer present and also a concurrent infection of some sort, whether that's in the bladder or the skin, what have you. But once the infection is resolved, then the therapy could go forward.
All right, now let's talk about if someone wanted to bring their pet in for a consult, and make sure you stay with us for the next minute or so, because we're going to let you know that you have the opportunity to actually get a free consultation. When they come in, what's the procedure that's done?
We'll generally review the medical records where the pet had been treated previously. Then I'll do a physical examination and then talk with the client about what's going on. At that point, we'll go over different therapy options, and if stem cell therapy is appropriate, we'll talk in depth about that as well.
Okay, well, that sounds pretty good. So perfect segue now into the giveaway that you're doing on your Facebook page and also your website.
Yes. So the giveaway is that if you go to our Facebook page for Sundog Cat Moon and ask a question about stem cell therapy, the first 3 people will be receiving a complimentary consultation on stem cell therapy.
Wow, and that's valued at $69. On Facebook, you're at Sundog Cat Moon. They
Yes.
can search you right there, and also you can go to sundogcatmoon.com for more information. So if you are a pet owner out there and you really care for your pet and you consider them to be one of your family members, of course you want the best medical care, just like you would want for your own child.
Absolutely.
Or yourself, of course, but
Yes.
definitely Sundog Cat Moon is the place to get them checked out and on the road to a better way of life.
Thanks
so
so
to speak.
much.
Thank you,
Yes.
Doctor. All right, stay with us. John's in the Whole Foods kitchen with a delicious recipe made with fresh local ingredients. And that's always good. That's next.